about the Mage's bot lane, because we
Yeah.
haven't seen too much of it. I think we saw 2 games, but it's mostly been Ezreal and Jhin that's been traded in the bot lane. And the thing is, they play kind of the same. Like, Ezreal, Jhin, they're still casters, and they're just going to be sitting back, farming waves, not being that proactive and not that aggressive. So I do think that this meta really suits Gumayusi, and I'm curious to see if MIBR.LOS want to play into that meta or if they want to try to make something happen of their own. We've seen, for example, MKOI, I really liked when they said, we don't care about the range supports, we're just going to put Alvaro on engage.
Yep.
And I do think when you're the underdog, playing outside of the meta and just sticking to your comfort can be really, really nice.
Agreed. Let's see, what angle is it here for MIBR.LOS? They're going to be first pick as their Akali's final ban. Orianna goes with it as well. Seemed like a fish here from MIBR to get that Orianna first pick. But remember, the Cassiopeia that has been picked up pretty much every game so far as the priority is open.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be quite snaky business here. Unless they want to go for something else. I mean, teams have been willing to trade the Syndra for the Cassio, and they're actually going to go for the Jarvan first pick. That makes me think that Hanwha Life will probably just want to pick up the Ezreal, have a mobile carry so you don't need to worry about it. Or they might go for the Lucian instead, a much more proactive early bot lane that want to try to get ahead. But we've seen Guma quite well on the Lucian Milio, so we'll have to see if that's what's being locked in here.
See if it does get locked in as well. Maybe support pairing, maybe jungle answer, Jack.
I think a jungle answer, like probably a Sin Sao. Oh, they choose to take away the Syndra. So Syndra priority over the Cassio. Normally I thought we were seeing the Syndra because teams just thought it was a really nice matchup scaling into the Cassiopeia later on. But Hanwha Life just think it's good enough to pick very early, and I assume it's going to be a jungle answer paired up alongside it. And if it's the Naafiri, you have a really, really good damage base from Hanwha Life, but you're lacking a lot of that front line that you'll need to get later on.
So let's talk range, let's talk pairings. Cassiopeia feels like a no-brainer. Do you go AP solo laner as well with the Jarvan like the Rumble here? Or do you just lock in Nautilus and get hard engaged? The answer seems to be the Naut here, kind of foregoing the potential of the Rumble.
Yeah, now it makes me think that Hanwha Life are just going to answer with support. They could also choose to take their top laner, ban 2 for Zeus, and do it that way. What I like about taking the support is that you're probably always going to have a good bot lane matchup. You can also flex that Syndra later on.
So what do you want? Not Rakan here, what do you want?
I think you want Leona or Alistar. I like both here. Alistar provides a lot more tankiness. The only thing is Alistar can feel quite bad into Cassio because if she gets that miasma, you can't combo. But as long as you're able to play around that, which I think Delight will be able to do. He's shown quite good prowess, and if you can get a good flank going or just get that engage going, it also just nullifies the Nautilus a lot, because if Nautilus ever hooks in, Alistar pops the ulti, Alistar combos Nautilus, and Nautilus always dies first. So it makes it quite a bit harder for Ackerman to try to find that engage and try to set up his team for success.
Is Zeus going to be going something like a tank this game? I see the Vayne ban, normally fishing for
definitely
like
needs
a
to
Gnar
be either a tank or a bruiser. I don't think he can get away with going another squishy champion. I mean, you can have Alistar as the solo frontline, but it's a lot more difficult to play than if you have something like the Ambessa, like the Gnar, that can also semi-frontline follow-up. Yes, exactly.
Okay, LeBlanc also the ban away. What are they thinking about here?
So they think
Syndra bot, they think.
Yeah, they think it's Syndra bot most likely. And they choose to take away the LeBlanc. I'm assuming, I didn't think it was that good of a matchup into the Cassio, but I can see how it can be good quite early on. But I feel like as Cassio gets tankier, it should get easier for her. But we've seen Zeka do quite nasty things on the LeBlanc and absolutely style on his opponents. I think it was against G2, I remember that he was styling on us with the LeBlanc. So a good ban here from MIBR.LOS.
Renekton's going to follow up as well. Maybe it is that Ambessa you talked about, Jack. I mean, I see Renekton ban, I say it is an Ambessa angle through and through here, or maybe even the Gnar, but
I think Ambessa and Gnar both make sense here.
Yeah.
It's interesting that they choose to keep the Syndra Flex for last. It makes sense, but you know, typically I feel like we see Zeus getting that counter pick on top, but they choose to invest 2 bans into him. It does still mean, like, you have the Gnar blind pick, it can be vulnerable. We'll have to see what Zest plays into it here, if he can cook up a really good pick.
I mean, is it going to be Tristana is my biggest question here, right? Because that has been one of the more aggressive, hyper-aggressive angles for a top laner to play.
It could be. You do have the front line in the Nautilus and the Jarvan, and they're setting up for a hard AD top laner with the Ziggs. And you have a lot of kill threat with this Tristana. I mean, this is going to be a game where we are all in watching top lane. It's all going to be about top lane. Bot lane is just going to be farming. Unless Gumayusi pulls something crazy out here on last pick, I think top lane is the name of the game.
Because there is almighty scaling throughout the board, even the Tristana for sides later, but we can talk about it as the comps are rounded out. For now, I want to see where's this Syndra finally going. Is it going to be bot towards Gumayusi, or are we going to get a Syndra to Zeka?
Oh, Seraphine. I mean, that would be a Seraphine bot lane for Gumayusi. you have a lot of team fighting power on this Hanwha Life comp, but a lot of damage on the MIBR.LOS as well. I do think though, in a straight back 5v5, front to back, I do favor Hanwha Life because they have so much shielding from the Seraphine, so much healing. They have a tanker front line with the Alistar and the Gnar. So I do think if it gets to that 30-minute point and MIBR.LOS doesn't have an early advantage, they can't have that split pushing threat from the Tristana, it's going to be tough for them. So we're really looking at the Tristana to get a big lead early game so that she can be the split push threat, be the difference maker in the team fights.
It's going to be an interesting team fight at that regardless as well. Let's see how MIBR go through that top lane. As you said, it's going to be all about Zest here. Zest is going up against the light, and Jack, I was looking through the history, and I was looking at like, well, where has Zest been, right?
Yeah.
And I see this little caveat in 2022 summer, I believe it was, where he played a series versus Nongshim on Gen G 2022. He played with Ruler, Lehens, Chovy, and who was the jungle? Peanut was the jungle.
Wow.
So, you know, Zest has been around obviously through Gen G challenges as well. And you played against him.
I played against Zest.
Recently.
I played against him in 2024. He was in EU and he got rank 1, I remember, in solo queue. And he was very impressive. Right? Yeah, I played against Feisty as well in the Spanish league. He played for Giant X Academy.
Yeah.
And he was always really, really good in scrims and definitely gave me the vibes of a really good aggressive player. Kind of the stereotypical like Korean coming to you, just better mechanics, outhands, diffing everybody. So I do think that like Zest, to me, seems like a player that he's both willing to take this gamble and try to kind of stomp Zeus in the 1v1, and I could see him taking it as well. There's very little counterplay for this Gnar early on. You're just kind of trying to survive in the early laning phase, and I think it comes a lot down to the junglers and how both top laners play around it, because if we can just get that isolated 1v1 for Zest, that's going to help him out massively and maybe allow him to snowball that game.
Let's see, can the CBLOL take a game against the MSI champions? Technically, Jack.
Yep.
MIBR.LOS undefeated. Okay.
That's true.
They've come together, added MIBR to the name, and they have not dropped a single game.
That's true. They're also undefeated at this EWC right now.
That's right.
But so is Hanwha Life, so.
But Hanwha Life did drop games recently. We have no idea about CBLOL. Who knows?
That's true. That's true. It's going to be the Doran's Helm for Zeus here to just try to survive that early game, and the exhaust on Tristana that we've seen quite often when you pick these really high volatility matchups.
Do you like the lethal tempo in this lane as well? Because obviously it accounts for what Gnar's going to try and match the duel early, or?
It's quite interesting actually that he decides to go for that. It makes sense because he just wants to try to match the power that the Tristana has in those long elongated trades, and because he won't be hitting the wave too much, he won't be able to keep the grasp proc stacking consistently. So it makes sense for these later on skirmishes. I do think the biggest thing that I'm looking at if I'm Zeus is trying to get that plated steel caps. I think once you get the plated steel cap, the game gets a lot easier, but already Zest took a pretty bad trade and is down to half HP here. So Zeus was able to outplay him. You can see that Hanwha Life invested 2 wards up in the top lane, and that's probably why Zeus was able to get that early game trade, because you really want to play around the bushes, avoid that minion aggro, and be able to snowball off of that.
Zeka's getting pushed in the meanwhile as well. We just have this triple picture-in-picture. Top lane, Kanavi, can he do anything here with the opportune moment? Boomerang dodged. And it's top lane again, reminding you all will be our focus. Kanavi moving into position, but Zest, I would assume, has rocket jump for now. Kanavi still coming in. Zay's got to go mega, looking for the stun. Boomerang there, and he's going to dodge away from the darkened daggers from Kanavi and just get himself out of dodge.
The thing, though, this is really, really bad for MIBR.LOS because you really need this top.
Stun!
No.
Zayas just schools him!
Oh my god, and that's why Zeus is Zeus, baby. Like, this man, you can put him on a losing matchup, he will still find miracle plays like this one, and it's how the team plays around him as well. The early wards, the gank from Kanavi to be able to set him up for the trade. And Zest wants to continue trading. He knows that he needs to try to get a lead in this matchup, but Zeus knows with the Gnar. He lands the stun. I mean, he spaces him out, trying to zone him up.
Just the edge of the hitbox.
Flashes on him and takes him down, and this game is all to the wrong foot for MIBR.
Auto, poison, Zeka dead! Feisty solo kills. Meanwhile, we look at the bottom lane. It's Gumayusi has just killed Duduhh.
It's laning kills all across the board. I didn't think there would be 2v2 kills in the Seraphine Ziggs bot lane matchup. We'll definitely need a replay of that. And then Zeka dying to Feisty as well.
Yeah.
I want a replay of both.
I think we will need it.
Yeah.
So, opportune moment here for MIBR.LOS in the mid lane, but The rest is going pretty one-sided towards Hanwha Life. 600 gold lead at that as well. Which replay first? Mid.
I mean, both mid laners here
No mana.
are on the edge. And I'm guessing Feisty just... But he's so low mana, he actually kills Zeka here. I guess he flashes over the Zeka EQ, maybe.
Because Noxious Blast didn't
Oh,
connect.
he hit
Scatter the
level
weak.
4.
Oh.
And then he gets the auto attack.
The auto and then
The burn, wow. That was more damage than I expected. I'm not surprised that he died there. We'll have to see. So he gets flash comboed by the light into the stun, into the Seraphine route, yeah.
That was clean. Delight, insane turn in the bottom lane. But I think we need to bring it back to square one while mid is very good here for LOS. I think top lane, a bit of a disaster.
Yeah.
You said top was all about that Tristana.
Yeah, so my previous win con for MIBR.LOS was this Tristana. And I think, I don't want to be a negative Nancy, but I think that win con is gone and dusted at this point.
Oh,
like
yeah.
now, Gnar already has the Ruby Crystal, he has the cloth armor. I don't think Zest is going to be able to consistently be able to really chunk Zeus, get plates like you'd want to, unless Curse or Ackerman is able to get involved and get him ahead again. So it's more just going to be about Feisty, be about Curse, playing around this mid, especially since the fact that Zeka has no flash. Curse is level 5. Once he gets that level 6, that's a prime target that he can look for in that mid lane.
6 now achieved here by the Snake. Let's scatter the weak here from Zeka. We'll just pace away from the miasma. As Curse is in the vicinity. Level 6 coming up here for Zeus with the Mega Gnar. He's got an angle. Exhausted, but what will he find? Needs a stun up. About to go to Mega. There it is. The timer wasn't found in time. So Zest is going to survive and live.
And that was so close that Zest needed to burn the flash there. If it took one more auto attack to get the second W reset, Zeus would have been able to ulti, but Curse is coming in. There's no ward for Zeus.
Gets a stun up and use it on the minions. And just runs away. Zeus not going to overextend here. No TP. He'll walk back to lane while Zest looks for a hard push.
But it's really clever and intelligent from Zeus here, as they're actually looking for a bot lane play.
And it's a great angle as well. Good dredge line to hold the play up, but with a pop-up in the air with the pulverize, Ackerman sent back. The headbutt's perfect. The trample even better. Ackerman thinks, can I flash over the wall? He doesn't want to burn it. They try to predict it. An auto, a bounce, the flash auto from Gnar. Seraphine, 2-0.
Ackerman, he tried to get out, but a really good play by the light, wrapping around them, get the combo, get them into Gumayusi, and Duduhh, without any mana, is not able to try to help his support out.
I like it, Jack. Called him Duduhh.
Duduhh.
Duduh.
My bad.
I believe.
the
I
bot lane
saw
is
that as
looking
well.
rough.
It was hard for me because I look at that, I'm like,
Duduh.
talking a lot about career today, and I'm seeing Duduhh on my board, but I'm not seeing actual Duduhh. Ackerman here. Set up from a nice play. Angle from Delight.
Yeah, really good wraparound from Delight. Able to get onto Ackerman. And Gumayusi, he gets the double Q. And it's just pretty easy. Like, it's a good flash from Ackerman. He holds it at the last second, flashing the Seraphine Q, but we're not. Zest jumping in. Ackerman,
Making the
Curse
roam.
right here.
You said it needed to happen. Here it comes. Curse looking for the roam as well. Going to go into Mega Gnar, though. 3 members top first here. For MIBR. The engage, so Hanwha Life are here to support the pop away. Zest is out of there, but he's abandoned the rest of his team. Zeus gets on the board, and Curse gets the hell out of top lane.
And Zeus, he's just too tanky. He's able to buy enough time for his team, so he doesn't go down. He takes down Ackerman, and he's now 2-0, 700 gold up. Absolutely destroying this top lane.
Well, the fear as Gnar gets flashed on here by Duduhh. No, he just satcheled instead,
Yeah, he
excuse me.
satcheled forward.
I was like, that's a bit of distance.
Zeka's here.
So,
Zeka's here.
how does Ziggs get out of this? He's going to take some plating. He's going to put the minefield down. Bouncing bomb. Scout weak. Zeka's here. Unleashes power. And Duduhh is in the dirt, 0-2.
There's some nice attempts here. He tries to get Gumayusi low, but Zeka with the roam is able to pick him up, and now Zest might be in trouble again. He wants to break this wave, but the light is in the bush.
Can the rocket jump be buffered? Zest is like something fishy in this top lane. He doesn't want to go too close. The wave in a horrible spot. Kanavi's moving up as well. Delight flash pulverize, bops midway. Zest still gets out though, but the Trample's going to find the sun as Kanavi has the ult. He launches the daggers instead, and Zeus autos for the kill. Not only is top going poorly, it is going absolutely perfectly for Zeus.
And Delight gives him no counterplay. I mean, scary there for Zeka. Ends up being fine, but Zest, he buffered the Delight combo, but still Delight held it. As they're now TPing for the grubs, Delight is back on the map. He's looking for the flank. He might even find it.
Because he's not spotted out. He's got a blast cone there as well. He's gone deep into the blue buff. Is he going to shadow top lane again for Zeus for the respawn is my question, Jack. But into grubs, he's got a lot of angles.
Yeah, I mean, Curse might look for the grubs here. Does Ackerman want to fight?
Dredge line, but Ackerman's by himself.
Yeah, it's going to be 1 grub for MIBR.LOS and 2 grubs for Hanwha Life. Oh, and it resets. Well, he's smited it. It's fine.
Now, of course, 2 went over to Kanavi, but Curse got the last one. That's why the logo popped up on the screen. But, you know, as Zeka comes down again,
oh no, again.
I think Duduhh needs a break. He's got flash. Beat drop. He flashes in into Guma instead, but encore on the ground. Yeah. And Guma will move to 3 kills as well. Bayana was hoping that Hanwha Life were tired, but I think they've found a solution for that, Jack. They'll just have a quick BO1 instead.
They don't look tired, and Zeka's roaming more on the Syndra than your average Silas. He's everywhere on this map. As he shuts down Duduhh one more time, and now he's already back in mid lane, TPing, stunning up Feisty, dodging the Nautilus hook.
Ackerman's going to get the auto attack down. Petrifying Gaze with the slow. Zeka in a bit of trouble with the Twin Fangs. Noxious Blast follow-up. But the kill's not found. At least Zeka, after teleporting back in, is a bit low. As he levels up, that'll heal a bit. And the passive from Delight will get his health back up as well. There's a jump on. Zeus in a bit of trouble. No Megamart to rely on as well. Zest jumps back in. Zeus getting on out. Lethal tempo's great. Setting up with the satchel and the explosion. Zest gets a bit of damage down, but no kill either.
I do wonder there if Zest chose to exhaust Zeus immediately. He maybe could have tried to burn the flash. Oh, Ackerman, I don't know if he wants this.
X-Flash away in the nick of time. Delight was looking at it. Scan of the Week comes through as well. Orbs are down. Zeka thinking about the angle. Dredge line not going to connect. And now over the wing, there's Curse. If he can find the angle onto Zeka, Ackerman needs a dredge line. A heroic angle as Kanavi is stealing away the Raptors. It's a 3v3 through the mid lane, but Hanwha Life now know with this deep ward, they're not going to take it.
Yeah, Feisty has no ultimate. They're going to have to back off unless Ackerman not able to find the hook. And with that, it's going to be just Curse farming up the top scuttle. And Hanwha Life remain in full control of this map. You can see their bot side vision. They've set up such great wards. We keep seeing Delight able to get full, deep vision, making it so hard for Curse to do anything. 0 kill participation in this game, and a lot of that has come from all the wards that Delight has invested and how intelligent the Hanwha Life solo laners have played around any sort of ambush from Curse.
It's been an intelligent game, it's been an explosive game. It feels like an insult that it is currently 7-1 versus Brazil, but I will say, I mean, they put up a good fight at first, but top lane falling down. Jack, you initiated the conversation about how important it was. Dredgeline's going to connect here. Depth charge as well. Feisty in a good angle. Myers went down, but they don't have the kill. Navi's here to stunt their grosses. Delight gets knocked up into the air. He goes into the Unbreakable Will. Good stun on the Curse, but Hanwha Life, they're taking more damage here. Feisty's getting some DPS down. Dredgeline only onto a dog. Navi thinks about the re-engage. Guma's coming in. Remember the man with the most gold on the team so far. Ackerman gets launched on as well. Delight gets the flash out as well. Encore flies through away from the Ziggs. Mega Phono Bomber's Curse is low. Kanavi jumping in the turret. Here we got the reset now. Duduhh came in. He thought he could add input, but no. Kanavi will take 3. Takes a chunk out of MIBR. And Hanwha Life are up 11-1.
And this is why Hanwha Life are your MSI champions. You can see it in their team fighting, in their skirmishes, in their mechanics. All of them live on such low HP, but they just continuously outplay in the team
And now Delight's ghosting in on top of Zest. He knows he's going to be trampled against the wall. He buffers nicely. Zeus with the rock almost there. Dredge line in, I don't know. Delight gets flashed on rather so. Zest finds Zeus, but he needs a recharge. Flashing back in. Delight gives Zeus the auto attack. The engaged mastermind in 009 and is having a field day in EWC Day 1.
And they're just styling on him, Jake. I'm not gonna lie. This
is brutal.
This is crazy right now. It is tough for MIBR.LOS. They need, I think, 3 miracles to be able to come back in this game. As we watch this replay, it starts off pretty good for MIBR.LOS here. They have a lot of damage onto the Light, some damage onto Kanavi, and it's looking decent. The biggest win for Hanwha Life is that Gumayusi is coming first, and with that knowledge, Kanavi goes into Ackerman. He's able to get him really low, and then, I mean, they just clean up the fight. They're able to just continue fighting. Kanavi flashes out of the tower, takes down, hits all the Qs. Makes it look easy.
Full take, Cycler Sword came early, and it's paying dividends off. But Hanwha Life, regardless, all lanes. As Zeka, maybe, opportunity here for Feisty, the best performing lane here for MIBR. Unleash power, scout of the week, the 1v1 continues. Twin Fang though, Feisty gets another kill.
That's 2 solo kills for Feisty.
2 solo kills against Zeka. Not
Those are,
everybody
those are the only 2 kills.
They are the only 2 kills, but he will walk away from this regardless, saying, I killed Zeka by myself twice.
That is true. That is a very nice accomplishment. We'll have to hope that they can get something more than just that.
Okay.
But for now, that's a nice silver lining.
Only one with a gold lead as well.
Yeah.
It's Cassio. Not sure. We saw before this game started, it was 0 and 2. Not sure what happened on the B stream, but hasn't had the most successful date.
I mean, it's interesting that Hanwha Life chose to pick the Syndra over the Cassio. I feel like thus far we've seen the Syndra win against the Cassio, but I feel like the Cassio overall to me looks quite a bit stronger than the Syndra.
True.
Although once you get to that 20-minute, 25-minute point, it can definitely get a lot more annoying for the Cassio playing into the Syndra with how much range she has with her stuns and Scatter the Weak.
Delight again, great engage. On to Feisty, want to get revenge here for their mid laners. That's going to walk on up. He bounces forward, going into Mega Petrifying Gauge, dodge away from Naxxus Blast as well, doing damage. Kuma teleports in to run away. Dredgeline in. Not a bad fight here for MIBR. Zest gets engaged on again. There's the on-call, the charm out as well, but the damage is all pretty much melee outside of Gumayusi. Mega Phonobomb chunks out the Gnar. And Hanwha Life, it's strange to say, but they're not winning this fight because 5 members of MIBR in the bottom lane. But still, Curse is about to drop on down. Flag and drag goes away from him. He can't get the Cataclysm off. Slow one down. Hanwha Life only lose Delight. And now Duduhh dies as well. They are 3v5ing, and they've already found up 2 kills as Kanavi is coming up to pick up the drags. And meanwhile, playing payphone in the top lane, Zeka is PVMing, while Ackerman is going to be the last to drop. Zeus lives, and the star point for Hanwha Life cannot be greater in their opening game.
They just won 3v5, Jake. They just won 3 versus 5. How are they able to find the outplays consistently? It looked so bad for them. MIBR.LOS had them on the ropes. They could have just ran them down, but it's repeatedly outplays from Hanwha Life that make the game so difficult for them to play. Zest goes a little bit too deep to begin with. He gets really chunked, but they get a great 6 ult onto Guma. Now Guma's low. If we just pause here, like all of Hanwha Life look pretty damn dead on my screen.
They should be dead.
But Curse takes so much damage, he gets knocked into the wall. He tries to flash out, gets the EQ on Zeus, but Zeus dodges it, kills him in the ult animation. And then Guma is able to find the Q onto Duduhh as well, take him down, and it's just so difficult for MIBR.LOS to be able to play anything if you can't win even at 3 versus 5.
No. Zeka was just pushing top in the meanwhile, and I think Kanavi slowly walked down from stealing top camps. I'm not sure what he was doing up there, but regardless, 7,500 gold lead. I haven't talked about dragons or objectives because naturally they are Hanwha Life here in this game.
Yeah, I think that's a given at this point. Yeah. It's a 7,000 gold lead at 15 minutes. It's 2 grubs, 2 dragons, and a herald on top now. It's not going to be a perfect game for Hanwha Life, but it's pretty damn close to it.
It is pretty explosive regardless. Delight, is he caught out? You know the answer, probably know at this point. Duduhh might be the one as well. Satchel charge away, really nice movement. He has to flash in the end. This Herald is going to open up the mid wave with a couple of orders from Hanwha Life to follow through as well. And the siege will begin.
I'm trying to find another silver lining, Jake. What you got? You got something for me?
We are watching the MSI champions destroy. Depth charge, 3-man from Delight.
Oh my God.
The encore as well. There's a turret there, but Delight cares not as Kanavi brings out the pack, rolls in, gets the reset, gets a double. And Hanwha Life haven't missed a beat off of winning MSI to them breaking the hearts of the CB LOL. The Hound in pursuit for another triple, and Kanavi let the dogs out here in day 1.
You know what, Jake? Hanwha Life seems pretty damn good.
They're not bad. They could win an international.
They could win a few, probably.
They could win back-to-back internationals. I don't know.
They could win in 20 minutes.
I don't want to be an overact Andy, but they look pretty good.
They look pretty damn good, and they're not stopping here. Now Feisty has to try to outplay this 1v2, but I don't think it's possible.
He's going to have to turn more feisty than that. Delight, again, just finding another simple engage. No damage done. Unleash power and execute. No, not needed. Drops the orb down. And another kill. And, yeah, meanwhile, camera pans down bot after Dragon goes down. Zeus was not caught. Half HP. Zest tried to get his number.
12,000 gold lead here. 20-3 in the kill score.
Okay, is Kanavi going to die? Nautilus over the wall.
They have a teleport.
He just holds, he's in Hound Pursuit in, going to call the pack in. He's exhausted. Kanavi buying time. Teleport, and the boys. Here's Zeus in Mini Gnar. His autos are enough. The Boomerang Blade hops over Duduh's head. Sabotage, I'm going to save his life. Mega Inferno Bomb, not even necessary because the play was already over. Delight cuts off the escape. And Hanwha Live, they don't have time to sit here and chat. They've got a game in under 20 minutes to win.
Are they going to end? Are we going to see a sub 20-minute game?
Surely not. What are the death timers here? Jack, 15 seconds on 3.
Yes. I think they're going to try.
Of course.
This would be historic. Like, after we've seen plates on all towers.
Encore, Feisty walks away from it. A little bit used here, but Hanwha Live
go.
turrets anyway. Under 20 minutes. Is it under 19 is the question. One Nexus turret. MIBR are respawning. Scout of the week there. Pet Front Gauge does nothing. Delight gets the 2-man knock off Zest. He's dealing with Zest off the side. Cataclysm comes down, but they can't kill the Mini Gnar. Zest is going to die as well.
They're all dead.
Scout of the week on the little Ziggs. Duduhh dead. In an instant as Ackerman joins him in 19 minutes and 10 seconds. Hanwha Life assert their dominance, debuting at EWC 26.
And this is why they are your MSI champions. 19 minutes victory. They didn't even have the Ziggs. They had the Seraphine.
Bro, they heard catering is serving up soon. They got to go. They want to eat before their next one.
That was incredible.
That was